We're here today at Auralism with Lyndon Heart.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Grace.
I want to hear your SL origin story. Like, how did you find your way into Second Life?
I work at a university nearby, walking distance from my house, actually. It's really, really good. Anyway, I work in the mailroom, and for the first 10 years, the job was me. I was the only one doing it. I didn't have any help. I got all the mail done, received packages. It was a small school at the time. So as the post office would deliver newspapers and magazines, I would not only sort them to go to where they need to go on campus, but I would read the ones that I wanted to. Put them aside, put them over my desk, and then when it was all done, I'd go back and I'd look. So this magazine, I forget which one it was. It was a tech magazine. It had Astron Few. Remember Astron Few?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He had an article, or he was interviewed in an article in there about Second Life, and he said it's like a free radio station to the world. He said all kinds of glowing things about it. So I left work early, went home. I had just gotten my new Macintosh Tower, the most powerful computer I had owned at the time. Set it all up, went to Second Life, got in world, went to the Learning Island, didn't want to learn, just went right to the end. Where's the end? How do I get out of here? I want to get on mainland. And everybody there was learning like me. I'd say, well, do you know how to get out of here? No, I just got here myself. I said, okay. Well, finally, I got to the end, and I teleported to the mainland. But, before, if you haven't spent there long, if you try to go to the mainland, it will question you. Are you sure you're ready to go to the mainland? Yeah. How hard can it be? So when I landed on the other side, I walked around and asked all the newbies at the newbie landing place, anybody know about playing live music on Second Life? Of course, they didn't, because they just arrived like I did. And there was no search. Well, there probably was a search engine, but I didn't know what it was. Finally, one of the mentors, one of the people that came down to meet someone else, saw my talking and said, yes, I know a lady by the name of Driftmond, and she runs a club, and here's this information from her profile. So I said, how do I use this? And I got my first, you didn't learn much on Learning Island, did you? And I said, well, no, not really. But at that point, you couldn't go back. You were stuck on mainland. So I went over to Drift's place. I finally got clued as how to get there. And she was sitting out on a brick wall. I walked right up to her and said, hi, I'm told that you have live music. You host live music somewhere on Second Life. Is that true? And she said, yeah. So she had just lost Jay, Cat, and don't tell me, Froggy.
Mm-hmm.
They had just overstayed their welcome. The place was crashing all the time because you get more than 40 people on a mainland sim, every night, and more people trying to come in. So she set me up. She was very patient with me. She let me use the club's stream. I had to go to Bamoof. We used to be 01 Paz. He was another guy I was referred to, and he told me how to get a stream. If the club did not have a stream broadcaster. I bought my broadcasting unit, Nicecast, which I still have today, and went to the Monday night show from 7 to 9 at the Lily Pad.
Oh, and I remember the Lily Pad.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Never looked back.
That was a great place. I was trying to remember what the name of Drift's club was.
Yeah, the Lily Pad. They had all kinds of mushrooms and frogs you could sit on. Oh, frogs, which just enticed Salome to come. How she feels about frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she would get there and stand as far away from every frog in the room.
Which is hard to do.
Yeah, really. I am her requests, or you shout out her requests to me in the room. She and I hit it off immediately. She made me laugh so hard, and she loved all the songs, and she wanted Annie. Annie likes the girls, and she would not stop pestering me for it.
She's resilient, if nothing else.
Okay, so that answers that question. See, I will tangent. I will just go on a stream into infinity.
That was awesome.
That's how I started.
Do you remember what year that was?
Yes, I do. It was 06.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
January 10th.
Yeah, so then in 2007, there was another huge wave of people coming in.
Yes, you're right. It did grow exponentially. I noticed. Exponentially.
2007 was the worst year because of just so many people. When you started writing with Salome, was it straight away or did it take some time?
No, it took some time because I didn't know she wrote poems. She said she wrote a lot of technical things, and she was very close to the vest about what exactly she did write. I had mentioned that a song that I was playing in my early days was written by another songwriter and partner of mine down in Sacramento. And I said she gave me the words and I made the music. And I was already in touch with 3 or 4 other people who I wrote with in that manner. They would send me lyrics. So I said, why don't we try it? So she sent me, I think Boxes was the first one. And I took boxes into my garage and made it into a song in about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Called her back and said, how about this? Played the whole song for her. And she said, how did you do that? I go, well, this song has great rhythm. It has rhymes at certain spots. I can read it. And as I'm reading it, I can feel it. I can feel it pulsing. I can feel it moving. I can feel the rhythm to the writing. And if that is there, that's half the battle. Then you just got to come up with melody and backing chords, and that seems to be my forte.
Yeah, you've it's magic. It really is. I have watched her turn out some words that I can barely say.
She does that on purpose.
Have you always played the guitar? Did you teach yourself as a kid?
I did. I went away to a private school. Well, first of all, my dad took up guitar, so he played one around the house, and I would lay it down on the floor and all but jump on it just to make it make noise. I went away to a private school, and at that school it was a seminary. I was going to be a priest, and at that school there was a guy named Leon, another guy named Tim, and we all kind of fell in together, just loving the Beatles and all the pop music of the day, and we'd talk hours on end. And Leon had an actual guitar, so he would play guitar, and we would all sing harmonies. We just fell into a musical troupe, and he would let me use his guitar when he had classes and I was free. So I would go to his locker, unlock it, get the guitar out, go down to the music room, and sit in there and learn Beatle chords and Beatle riffs and Beach Boy. He also had a Beach Boy book, and I taught myself the basic chords. And when my parents came to visit me at the school during the Christmas holiday, I took them down to the music room and I said, look what I can do. And then I can play this instrument. And my dad bought me a guitar and had it sent up to the school so that I could have my own guitar to play. And so being cloistered and not having much else to do, I learned the guitar pretty quickly. In fact, I put a band together at that school, a 3-piece band. And school and I parted ways, and I went back to my hometown of Lansing, Illinois, and turns out that an elementary school friend of mine took up drums, and another elementary school friend took up bass, and they both knew a guitarist. I had 5 or 6 songs in my pocket, so I was, felt I was ready to go. Yeah, we put a band together. We called it the U.S. Males, and I just started playing music. In fact, we had 2 gigs. The U.S. Males had 2 gigs. Well, I take it back. We had a lot more gigs than that. But at the beginning, we had a gig at Mary Lou Cannon's birthday party where we played our 5 songs over and over and over again in the basement. And everybody loved it. And no one said, don't you know anything else? They were just glad to have the live music. But Mary Lou Cannon's dad came down and said, you guys should sign up for the local Battle of the Bands at TF South, the local high school. So we went to Hal Morris's shop, the only music store in town, and signed up for the Battle of the Bands. And when the big day came, there were 7 bands there, and we won. We only knew 5 songs, and we won. And suddenly, everybody wanted the U.S. Males at their sock hop, their homecoming, their prom. Everybody wanted the winner of the. So I stole the keyboard player from one of the bands that played against us, and we put together a band that. I mean, that's what I did. When my friends were flipping burgers at McDonald's for $23 a week, I was making $150 a week playing nightclubs with underage but false IDs or made-up IDs.
And you never stopped?
Nope, never stopped.
When's your next gig?
When's my next gig?
Yeah.
About 15 minutes.
No, not this one. The one's with Tweety.
That one. Not SL. Okay. Yeah, the next one is July 12th. And the only reason it's so far away is that our drummer got pancreatitis.
Oh, no.
And yeah, so we lost a bunch of gigs because we couldn't. The drummers in this town the good drummers are always taken. So we had to give up a lot of gigs. But the July 12th stayed open. And we filled in with a few people in that time, but it's horrible. When you've got a drummer that's not good, it makes your job twice as hard if you're a singer or a rhythm player or anything like that. I can always tell when I have a bad drummer because my knees and my joints hurt the next day from keeping my own rhythm.
Is that what it feels like when you play with me?
No, no. You just got some pretty surprising chords.
Hey, I make up the best chords.
Can we
They're
not
cool.
talk about drummers anymore?
Oh,
Can we
sure.
move on from the drummer thing.
Yeah, do you have a
Okay.
question you'd like to ask then?
Well, here's the problem. The other question that Salome fed me to ask him was, I hear you betrayed God to take up the guitar, and you've already covered that.
I skipped
Yes.
right over the I was going to be a priest part.
Gave up God for girls.
Oh, there you go.
And I don't like drummers because I was married to one.
Oh, yeah.
Explain why we moved on from that. Can I ask one
okay.
question? I actually have a question.
See, I
Oh.
told you, go on.
It's my favourite question. It's the same question I asked John, the songwriting process, because I've written one song and it hurt. I'm not very good at it. And so I always like to know what the songwriting process is. So maybe not when you do it with Salome because she provides you with the words. So if you write a song on your own, which comes first for you and what's the process like? Is it the same all the time or?
No, sometimes it's a lyric line. Sometimes, well, one of my favorite stories is I was walking home from work and I heard what sounded like an accident on the local free interstate. And it went, and I remembered that beat all the way home. In fact, I started walking to it so I wouldn't forget it. When I got home, I was able to I went to my scraps of song titles and song pieces that I had, and I found a song that fit that beat. So that song was inspired by a natural or an outside tempo that I heard.
Which song is that?
It's a song called "Look at What You've Got." You probably haven't heard it because I
Okay,
don't play it much. It's one of my early songs,
cool.
my
Okay.
orphan songs.
I love that song so hard, can I tell you?
But and these days, it's mostly lyrics first, music next.
Do you still teach music?
I teach guitar out of my house. Yes, I have 5 students at the time at the moment.
5?
Yep. Yeah, that's why I can't do Monday and Tuesday night gigs. Because I teach on those 2 nights.
How is it? Is it stressful?
No, it's actually kind of fun. I seem to be able to teach them rhythm guitar pretty quickly. And so once they've got rhythm guitar down, I make them play a rhythm, a country rhythm, a boom chuck, a reggae, whatever the ones we're working on. And while they're working it out, I'm working out my solos. I'm playing over I'm doing what I do with you, Grace.
Oh, cool.
I play to them playing the chords that I taught them. And it's good for them, too, because I'm playing opposing rhythms to what they're supposed to be keeping a rhythm to. And I stop and say, nope, you drop the rhythm, start over again. 3, 4, ding, 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 and then I'll start playing over the top of them. It trains their ears at the same time to lock in on whatever rhythm they're playing and keep the beat. Otherwise, the rest of the band's going to leave them behind if they go out and play someplace. It's just...
Are they young kids? What's sort of the...
I've got an 11-year-old at the moment, and I've got an 83-year-old.
Wow.
Aww.
That's the range at the moment.
Very cool.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah. Now will you play for us?
Okay, I will.
Yay.
Thanks for spending time with us today.
Thanks
you,
for
Mr.
asking
Hart.
me. That was so much fun.
So
Hope
whenever
I didn't tangent too much.
you didn't tangent at all, actually.
Yay.
You barely nectarined. Sorry, I had to get a dad joke in. Okay. Love you, and I'll see you on stream in just a little bit.